The study was conducted in order to find out whether parenting attributes affect adolescents' behaviors and mental health. To learn more about the study, researchers took upon themselves to analyze the role of parenting, personality, and dimension relations on adolescents' mental health. Their method consisted of using the 5-factor model in order to analyze personality dimensions. The German Health Interview and Examination Survey took data in which the health monitoring system for adolescents were founded at the Robert Koch Institute. The researchers used a subsample of 4,258 adolescents from the ages of 11 to 17 years old, with being 48.7% males and then one parent, 82.5% mothers. The one parent from each adolescent was incorporated by providing answers on a large span of topics related to health relevant. Each parent took and completed a German version of the 25-item strength and difficulties questionnaire for the adolescents' mental health problems. Responses were indicated by various contexts regarding mental health problems, so responses were rated from 0, not being 1 true, to 2, being very true. Furthermore, the researchers then took upon themselves to measure the personality traits of the parents by using the Big Five model to examine openness to new experiences. So the scale was illustrated by a 5-point scale from 1, not at all being open to new experiences, to 5, being totally open to new experiences. The researchers then also looked at the parenting dimensions. Each parent had to complete a 27 inventory composed of 3 subscales, so such questions like I respect my child's opinion even if I have another opinion, and I always want to be asked before my child goes out, were rated from 0, not being true, to 3, being very true. Lastly, parents were asked on an 8-item questionnaire regarding personal well-being, hence questions on satisfaction of life. Their responses were measured by using a scale from 0 to 10. The researchers concluded that warmth correlated to lesser adolescents' problems. They concluded that the combination of parental warmth and parental consciousness and parental neuroticism and psychological control all illustrated notable variance, with it being less than 30% in adolescents' overall mental health problems. Hence, a higher risk of mental health problems in adolescents. The researchers also found that the higher parental agreeableness very well does affect children's mental health. The researchers then listed implications and limitations to their study. They noted that the study not only was beneficial to the understanding of parents' roles in adolescents' mental health, but the study can also be help guiding and entry points for interventions and programs that focus on parenting behavior towards adolescents' mental health. And then, to the discussion, the study had a huge unbalanced ratio of mothers and fathers in the data, with being 82.5% mothers. It was a weakness because both parents could have had different views, thus it could have changed the outcome of the data itself. The gender of the parents would have affected the results. Each gender thinks differently on parenting, so it could have affected their overall findings on how each gender answers questions regarding their relationship with their children. Lack of genders in a study not only is a weakness, but is a downfall in the study, because it can illustrate bias towards one gender, thus making the study biased and unethical. Furthermore, the researchers solely focused on the parents' questions, but didn't even ask the children questions, so it was a weakness because there weren't any perspectives of the children's views on their parents' personality traits. Different perspectives is important in the study because perspectives helps in understanding different views and experiences from a different point of view. The researchers also barely had any information about the gender ratio, socioeconomic status, and the children involved in the study. It was a weakness that the researchers didn't go into much detail about the socioeconomic status because those factors play a huge role in credibility in a study. The researchers only added a percentage of the male children, which was 49.7%, who were in the survey. There was absolutely no acknowledgement in the background and how the children were chosen in the study. The lack of an acknowledgement made the study incredibly hard to understand. Thus, lack of clarity was apparent in the study. Lack of clarity in the study can lead to confusion and thus hurting credibility to the researchers and the study. It was a weakness because it illustrated a lack of intel on all those other important factors in the study. And again, there needed to be more clarification on what in ethnicities were involved in the study. There needed to be more clarification on the female ratio compared to the male ratio between the children. It was vague and unclear whether both genders were involved in it. It was a weakness because it was hard to understand how those factors played a contributing role in the study. The authors that were involved in this particular study were Caroline Cordes and Kristen Goebel.